Welcome, students. Today we are taking up a chapter called Bank Reconciliation Statement. Keeping this chapter into mind only, I taught you all along cash book so elaborately. Well, what is a bank reconciliation statement, why it is required, and how prepared? I will explain it today. And also, the format of a bank reconciliation statement will be thoroughly explained and will be concluded with a single sum being worked out. Well, bank reconciliation statement is a statement done on a particular date, mostly at the month end, taking into account the bank column of the cash book or the bank ledger as is maintained in an office versus the bank statement or which is otherwise called passbook provided by the banker. So you will notice that cash column of the cash book has got nothing to do unless we have erroneously made an entry into the cash column. We don't have to think of the cash column at all. Okay, fine. Then, when I debit the banker in my book, bank is expected to credit my account in his book, is it not? That being the case, on a particular day, the bank balance reflected in my cash book should agree with the balance as is shown in the bank passbook. But it may not happen very often. This is due to the surfacing of certain discrepancies. A temporary issue, of course, a temporary issue. Taking these discrepancies into account and after basing on either the balance shown in our cash book or as per the passbook, we will make a reconciliation statement to agree each other. This is called a bank reconciliation statement. I will be explaining to you various concepts now. What is a favorable balance, what is an unfavorable balance, and 4 ways the question can be presented in an exam, everything. Okay? Well, you have to be essentially given a cash book balance or a passbook balance as the base book in the question paper, or the balance given in a question paper is called the base book balance. They may give you balance as per cash book. Then your task is to find out what is the balance as per passbook. Or if you are given a base book, a passbook balance, your task is to find out what is the balance as per cash book. Okay. Further, each book balance may be either favorable or unfavorable. See, a cash book debit or a passbook credit balance is favorable. Just keep that basically in mind. Cash book debit is a favorable balance only. You have done a number of cash book. We know that when we receive a check, we debit it, balance get mounted up. So obviously it is favorable. And cash book has got an opposite relationship with the passbook. If I debit the banker will credit me. So cash book debit and passbook credit will be favorable. Further, cash book credit and passbook debit will be unfavorable, which is otherwise called overdraft. These things you keep it in mind. Okay. You can relatively take into account cash book debit means favorable, means naturally cash book credit has to be unfavorable. Passbook credit is favorable means naturally passbook debit has to be unfavorable. Okay. Basically remember this one, cash book debit is favorable. Then crisscross we can infer it. Okay, fine. So what's a base book? Base book is the balance given in the question paper. If the balance given in the question paper or the base book balance is cash book, your task is to find out the passbook and vice versa. The withheld technique is determining effect on other book of each discrepancies. Take the each discrepancies into account. By the way, what are the predominant discrepancies? Discrepancies means differences, cases. Number one, check deposited into the bank, not cleared. Why it happens? Well, take into account on the month end, I deposited a check into the bank. The moment I check, I deposit check into the bank, my balance will go up in the cash book. We know that. But banker may not instantly affect the check in his books of accounts. He may have to wait till the check is cleared. That may take another 2-3 days. So at the month end, there is bound to be a difference. Case number 2. On the last day of the month, I received a check. I accounted it. My cash book balance has gone up. However, I failed to send it into the bank because there was nobody around to take the check, or for any other administrative reason, I could not send it to the bank. Obviously, there will be a difference between my balance and the bank balance. Third case, check issued but not presented. The moment I issue a check, I will reduce my balance in the cash book. Is it not? For example, there was 1 lakh rupee balance. I issued one check to Mr. X for 10,000. Balance will just come down to 90,000. But doesn't mean that X will instantly present the check in the bank. He may take 1 or 2 days for whatever reason he may have. Right? So month end, there is bound to be a difference. Yes. These cases time will take care of. But there are certain cases where one party accounted, other party has not responded. Mostly bank has accounted certain things. For example, bank has given me credit interest or charge interest as debit, or bank made certain bank charges. I was not aware of all this. I came to know only when the bank statement came to me. So at this moment, there is a difference between my balance and the balance that's shown by the banker. Another case, a check deposited by me subsequently dishonored and bank reduced the balance. I was not aware of it. So long as I have not accounted it, there is bound to be a difference. Okay. One more case. A standing instruction. I had told banker, listen, on 10th of every month, or as and when the electricity bill is produced before you, kindly honor it and pay on my behalf. A standing instruction has been given to bank. As soon as the electricity board supplies the produces the bill to the banker will honor it and pay it as per in accordance with my standing instruction. But I was not aware of the amount, and in the absence of that one, I never accounted. I thought, wait till let the bank statement come. So because of this one also, there is some difference will come. Agree or not? These are some of the discrepancies. There are many other are there. As and when we do more and more complex sums, we will encounter each and everything. Okay. In fact, I have desire to show one particular video only with the toughest discrepancies only. Then it will be absolutely conclusive an explanation. Okay, so discrepancies, why it comes, you have come to an idea you have got. Okay, fine. Now we will have to consider each one by one discrepancies. In fact, in an office, how it is done, you know, a cash book you'll keep, bank passbook also, or bank statement also side by side you'll keep it, and you'll tick off each item that is mutually agreed, and The left out items are discrepancies that you list out and reconcile. But in an exam, it is not that easy. Of course, that is also in your syllabus, but mostly questions are set for this kind of, they'll give you some discrepancies, and based on the base book they are given, you have to arrive at the other book balance. That is the way mostly it is set. Okay. So what are discrepancies? Some ideas you have got. Is it not? Yes. Now the most important thing is that what I told you just now, determining effect on other book. What is other book means? You have to be essentially given balance as per cash book or balance as per pass book in a question paper. Yes. If balance as per cash book is given, that is the base book, because balances is given in the question paper. And other book will be, if cash book is given, the other book will be pass book and vice versa. That's all. If you are given balances per cash book, the other book will be pass book. So that you indicate somewhere in the margin of your answer sheet. Why? Because we are going to consider each and every discrepancy based on its effect on the other book only. For example, balance as per cash book is given. Immediately write inside the margin pass book, because pass book is the relevant book now. Other book is pass book. And I will pick up discrepancies one by one and see what is the effect of this discrepancy in this other book. Now, what do you mean by the effect? Effect means it may be an increasing effect or decreasing effect. How will go about it? Well, you do like this. You think that before this discrepancy, the cash book as well as the pass book, or in other words, the base book as well as the other book, having a favorable balance, and that also a same amount. That will be very convenient for you. I repeat, you assume before each case of discrepancy that you have got a favorable balance. I repeat, in inverted comma is a favorable balance in the cash book as well as pass book, the same amount. Why I said favorable balance means question may be base book balance may be unfavorable, but while determining the other book, always you will take it granted that other book is having a favorable balance throughout the sum is solved. Okay. Right. Now you see, after this discrepancy, whether the balance in the other book has gone up or gone down. If it has gone up, show the amount in the increasing effect in the other book. Add increasing effect. If it has come down, means less decreasing effect in other book. Okay, like that. I have been given balance as per cash book. Naturally, other book is balance as per pass book. Discrepancy number 1. Check deposited for 25,000, not shown in the pass book. Well, I am going to assume that 1 lakh each favorable balance was there in the cash book as well as the pass book before this transaction. Okay, right. The moment check is deposited, cash book balance will shoot up to 1,25,000. Yes. Whereas the pass book balance is still 1 lakh only, and my other book is a concerned book for determining the effect on increasing or decreasing. Okay, so other book is, what is my other book here? Pass book. Pass book balance is 1 lakh, whereas cash book balance is 1,25,000. So in the pass book, the effect is decreasing. Why? As compared to the base book, the other book balance is down. So I will show the amount in the minus side. Well, let us take up another discrepancy. We are told that check issued for 20,000 not presented in the bank. Here also, let's assume that we have been given the base book or the question paper balance in the cash book. Obviously, my other book will be passbook only. Now, how to determine the increasing or decreasing effect? You consider that 1 lakh each favorable balance was there before this discrepancy in cash book as well as passbook, or base book as well as in the other book. So 1 lakh was there in the cash book. I issued a check for 20,000. My balance has come down to 80,000. Is it okay? Whereas it has been told that the check has not gone to the bank. The bank balance is still 1 lakh only, or passbook balance is only 1 lakh, still intact. Cash book is 80,000. I had to decide based on the consent book, that is nothing but passbook. It is an increasing effect. Here, cash book 80, passbook or the consent book 1 lakh. It is an increasing effect. The 20,000 you will indicate in the plus item side. Please, this kindly note that this increasing effect in other book or decreasing effect in other book, you are not going to write anywhere in your answer. Just to keep it in my mind only. Those items that are of increasing effect in other book has to be added, and those items that are of decreasing effect in the other book have to be shown in the minus side. Okay, like that only. Now the final touch. Total up the plus items and total up the minus items, and then decide which side is more. Case 1, you find that the plus items are more, or plus total is more as compared to the minus total. Naturally, there is a net plus total or net plus balance. It's of course a favorable balance. Then you will show that amount. That is your answer here in the plus items of the total. Here you show the amount against the description. Balance as per passbook credit or balance as per cash book debit, depending on the way the question what you have been given. Both are favorable balance. Okay. Next case. You understand that minus total is more as compared to the plus total, or B minus A is more. In that case, the net minus balance you show here. That's your answer. And you will indicate it against balance as per passbook debit or balance as per cash book credit. Both are unfavorable. Okay. It depends on how the base book balance has been given. One only will come, of course. In each case, only one will come. Okay, right. But mind, this debit and credit, do not make a mistake. That will be suicidal. You may lose heavily if you do that. So instead, if you are not sure, just show that balance as per passbook unfavorable or balance as per cash book unfavorable. That will suffice your requirement. Okay. So that's all about the techniques and concept of bank reconciliation. Now let me just conclude by explaining the format. You will be essentially given balance as per cash book or balance as passbook in the X somehow, that is called base book. That amount you will show balance as per cash book debit or balance as per passbook credit. Both are favorable. The favorable amount case means one among it only will come. Okay, you will show here. Or suppose you have been given balance, an unfavorable balance, balance as per cash book credit or balance as per passbook debit. Both are unfavorable. That amount you show in the minus item. Like that, initial entry you show. This will be shown or this will be shown depending on the way you have been given in the question paper, right? Thereafter, pick up one by one discrepancy, and in the way I taught you, determine the increasing effect or decreasing effect in the other book. Of course, other book first you will decide, because cash book is given here means other book is passbook. The passbook is given here means other book is cash book. And that increasing or decreasing effect one by one you show. If it is increasing effect here you will show, decreasing effect here you will show, like that. Then as I told you, total up, find the difference and indicate your answer here or there suitably. That's all. Now let us work out one practical sum so that you will be more thorough. Well, students, the question I'm taking up now is question number 5, page number 1529 of D.K. Goyal, being the author, CBSE 2019. You will see that I have not shown the answer in the proper way. I mean, at least the particular column I have not properly filled up. So much I cannot write. Okay. However, I am sharing the answer as it is expected from you. The concluding part of this video, along with the question as it is done usually, for those of you who do not have the question or the textbook with you. So this is not the way the answer is expected to be produced. It has to be reproduced in a proper way. Okay, that is there available at the concluding part of this video. For the moment, I will be explaining to you each and every amount convincingly. So it is like this question. On comparing the cash book with passbook of Naman, it is found that on March 31, 2017, bank balance of rupees 40,060 showed by the cash book. Mine showed by the cash book. Obviously, balance as per cash book has been given. Keep it in mind that. Differs from the bank balance with regard to the following. Okay. Of course, since there is difference only, reconciliation is done. It's understood. So balance as per cash book, rupees 40,960 given, and we are showing it in the plus item. Why? They are not shown otherwise. Anywhere it is overdraft or anything like that. Unless mentioned otherwise, by default, things are favorable, right? Now let us take up one by one discrepancies and decide the increasing or decreasing effect. Before that, the vital thing is to determine the other book or the concerned book. It is very easy because balance as per cash book given means other book will be pass book. You can show somewhere the corner of your answer sheet and decide based on this book only now onward throughout the sum. What is the increasing effect or decreasing effect has to be based on this book. That is most important. Okay. Otherwise, the answer will be completely going wrong. Right. Passbook. Why you have got the passbook as other book? Because the given base book balance is on cash book. Naturally, I had to decide the increasing or decreasing effect on the passbook. So passbook is a concerned book or the other book. Let us take up one by one the discrepancy and see whether it has got an increasing effect or decreasing effect in the concerned book. A. Bank charges of ₹100 on March 31, 2017 are not ended in the cash book. So you assume 1 lakh each, favorable balance cash book as well as passbook. Passbook has got reduced by 100 on account of discrepancy. Okay, obviously is a decreasing trend, decreasing in the passbook by 100 rupees. Why passbook you are basing? Throughout the sum. The other book I had to base and decide. So decreasing. Hence I am showing it 100. 1 lakh there, 1 lakh minus 100 in the passbook. That's why I am showing here, right? Next. On March 21, 2017, a debtor paid rupees 2,000 in the company's bank in settlement of his account, but no entry was made in the cash book of the company in respect of this. See, the complete sentence can be concise and say a direct deposit made by a customer into the bank. Okay. A direct deposit means passbook balance has gone up. I was not aware of it. Or if you want 1 lakh each before this discrepancy. Now the passbook balance has become 1 lakh 2,000. Increasing effect to the extent of 2,000. So show it in the plus side. Next. Checks totaling rupees 12,980 were issued by the company and duly recorded in the cash book before March 31, 2017, but had not been presented at the bank for payment until after that date. Then their thing can be concised. Check issued, not presented. A predominant factor in any bank reconciliation. Okay, what's the amount? 12,980. Okay, 1 lakh favorable, both the balances. The moment I issued this 12,980, that 1 lakh has come down in my cash book, whereas in my passbook it has not come down, it is still up only. So increasing effect, is it not? Or 1 lakh minus 12,980 is the amount in the cash book, whereas in my passbook, that is the relevant book, or that is a concerned book, or that is the other book, it is still 1 lakh. Hence, it is increasing to the extent of this discrepancy amount, 12,980. So I am showing it in the plus side. Okay. Next. A bill for rupees 6,900 discounted with the bank is entered in the cash book without recording the discount charge of rupees 800. Well, students, what is a bill of exchange? What is a discount charges? Everything has to be taught you when I will be taking up with you bill of exchange chapter. But for the moment, just understand. An amount of rupees 800 for rendering the service or taking the risk of discounting the bill, the bank has charged. The bank has reduced your balance by 800, which you have not accounted. So bank balance is down, your balance is up. Bank balance is the base, so down. I'm showing it here, 800. And this 6,900 you need not bother because both the parties have acknowledged it, accounted 6,900 each. However, thereafter bank reduced 800 rupees. Or in other words, one party acknowledged 6,900, bank accounted for 6,900 minus 800, whatever way you can consider it. But overall, a decreasing effect in the passbook. Hence, I am showing it here. Next, rupees 3,520 is entered in the cash book as paid into bank on March 31st, 2017, but not credited by the bank until the following day. It can be concise like that. Check deposited, not cleared. 1 lakh each, assume. The moment I deposited, the cash book balance has gone up, whereas passbook still 1 lakh only. Hence decreasing effect. I'm showing it here. The entire thing is nothing but check deposited, not cleared. A very predominant factor in a bank reconciliation statement. Okay. Next one. No entry has been made in the cash book to record the dishonor of on March 15, 2017 of a check of rupees 60 received from Banu. Bank reduced my balance because a check deposited, they are reversed. When they check is deposited, they will increase my balance. Later on, they found the check is an useless one. So they reversed it. So before this reversal or dishonor entry, let's assume 1 lakh was both the cases. Bank has brought down the balance by 650, which I was not aware of it. So cash book balance up, but passbook balance is down, and I had to base on passbook balance because that's other book or the concerned book. Hence, the decreasing effect I am showing here. Okay. Now simple. Total of everything. I'm getting 55,940. Total of minus side. I'm getting 5,070. I find plus side minus side. Plus total is more to the extent of 50,870. Or this minus this is 50,870. Plus item is more. Obviously, it's a favorable balance. I'm showing my answer. This is my answer, 50,870. And since I started with balances per cash book, what I'm expected is balances per passbook. Balances per passbook, credit, I'm showing. Or even if you don't know that credit or debit, don't make debit. That will be suicidal. At least show favorable. Okay? That's all in the sum. We have concluded this sum. Well, let me share the question paper, or rather the question as well as the answer properly worked out. This is the question. I think the font is sufficient for you to copy it down. I'm pausing it. Okay, come a bit forward. This much. Balance. 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 Yes. And they have given that balance as per passbook is 50,870 as the answer. That has been the answer given by the author, which we have arrived at also. Okay. So question I'm re-showing it for those of you who could not manage the question. Please take it down. Now the answer, as it is expected to be presented in the exam, not in this way. Okay, proper way I'm showing it. This is the answer, where particulars have been clearly written. Well, students, we have just done one sum only because it was preceded by the complete concept discussion as well as the technique discussion. In the subsequent videos, more sums per video can be done. Thank you. Take care.